Hey there, Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto. We're looking at a Mark IV Toyota Supra. This one we bought from auction here in Japan, and we're going to be exporting it over to the USA. It has just 70,000 original kilometers on it. It's a non-turbo 5-speed, so the SZR, this one is. Condition of it, well, the paint is pretty bad all around. The interior has a few things, but it is a Mark IV Supra, and so restore it and get the money. Everybody wants one of these. We're not selling an awful lot of them because these have gotten really expensive, and most of the people who want them are trying to find them at half price. I'm not sure what this is about the Mark IV Supra, but people are like, wow, I know that these are $50,000 to $100,000 cars in the USA, but maybe if I buy from Japan, I can get it at half price. That's not going to happen. If you're watching this and hoping for the best, that's really not going to happen. These are expensive worldwide, and for good reason. They're cars that are not going to depreciate in value. People want them. There's a limited amount of them, no matter what automatic, manual, turbo, non-turbo, people want them. And they are cool cars. They're very emblematic of the 1990s and kind of the excesses of the Japanese auto industry at the time. You probably noticed we're at the port here. There's all of our other cars. We're never over here at the port, except for in a case like this, we sent it to the port by accident. It was supposed to come to our lot, so sorry about that. But it is interesting, I guess. You can take a peek at what's in the background here. So the 2JZ engine, the non-turbo one here, I think puts out 220 or 225-ish horsepower or so when it was a brand new car. There is a little bit of surface rust right there. None of it looks like it's that bad, but it was mentioned on the auction sheet, and so that's good. It is less bad than I thought it was. Also, the brake booster has some on it. And the heat shield for the exhaust manifold. And let's not drop our camera into that. Oops. Okay, so the oil and the coolant both look okay. Of course, when you receive a vehicle from Japan, you should probably get those things changed anyway. Look at this, still has a distributor. This is probably one of the last generation of engines to get a distributor, and they never made a... Oh, maybe they did. I think they did make a distributor-less version of the 2J, but not with the turbos. Maybe with the turbos, or maybe not. I don't know. If you notice me say something stupid, definitely write it in the comments, because I want to hear about it. There's like 90% of everything that I've learned about cars is in my brain, and then I never check it. And then I go, I know about that, so I start talking and then end up being wrong because I've forgotten about it. 20 years ago was the last time I thought about it, for example. Anyways, so we'll take a look at the condition of the car. We'll compare it to the auction inspection sheet. It isn't the best Supra. This is kind of the amount that most people are looking to pay that actually come through with a purchase, and so it's probably a good video to take a look at if you're interested in actually buying one. I can't tell you the price of it. Obviously this is somebody's car, but do email us if you're curious. We won't tell you the price of this one, but we'll tell you about how much they cost. Okay, it's a 1994, so this is an early model version. They changed over in 96, I think. Supra SZR. This is an auction grade 3. 3 is the lowest of the grades before you get into the scrap car grades, excluding R grade. R grade can be a good car or a bad car, just having had been in an accident. Even 5 km/h cars, if it's repaired, will become an R grade, so it's nothing like a salvage title if you were interested in that. Anyway, interior seat, 70,247 kilometers. You can never buy low mileage off of a car, and so that's going to be there once this car has been restored, and most likely it will be, because it'll be worth a lot more once it has new paint. That's probably the biggest problem with this. Original 5-speed, not a swap, purchased from user, spare key ×1, original wheels, manual transmission, and owner's manual. And here's something to mention about the car. There's not a single modification on it. Everything is original. And that's only like 5 to 10% of the Supras now, whether it be exhaust, suspension, wheels. I mean, wheels can be replaced to the stock ones if you want, but one that comes with the original stock wheels, it's not the coolest look ever, but it's an unmolested, completely untouched Supra, which is really cool. The report here, door mirror function, Antenna doesn't work. Auto antenna doesn't work. Yeah, it makes a weird sound and it doesn't actually come up. Dashboard is deformed. It has a lid missing. I'll show you these. There's a deformation next to the vent here, the defogger vent. Maybe you can see that. Maybe it's hard to see. It's not that noticeable. And then the missing lid is easy to notice. Now, it did come with a spare lid, and the spare lid appears to be in good condition, but it might be a bit tricky to install. I'm not sure. The deformation also, there's a bit around here you can see. It's minor, and that's a common thing. Both the Supra and the Skylines have issues with their dashboards deforming. Okay, electric folding door mirrors don't work. I'm not sure what it is, but for me they worked. No problem there. Rear seat is ripped largely. Very common problem again on the RX-7s and the Supras. What happens is the seats are right underneath the glass, and the greenhouse effect does global warming in your car, and also global leather ripping at the top. Once we open up the hatch, you'll be able to see it better. It's pretty nasty. It also, a lot of 80s cars that are fastbacks like this have that same problem. And so if you do have a car like this, it's good to get some sort of a UV coated glass, because it wasn't until like the 2000s or late 90s when UV glass started becoming a thing. Okay, driver, rear seat ripped large. Okay, engine room has rust in it, and underside has surface rust. I looked at the underside, it all looked good to me. Steering wheel's ripped, it's true. Oh geez. Some sort of a sticker mark. I'm afraid I can't read that, I'm sorry. Seat wear and dirty. Exterior paint peeling large. It's basically on every panel. Probably needs a repaint. I recommend tangerine orange. Very scratches, dents, repairs, and uneven paint. And if you look at the diagram here, we have A3 on the front bumper. It's actually more like paint cracks. And then paint peeling, paint peeling, paint peeling, paint peeling, paint peeling, paint peeling, paint peeling. W3, which is bad paint, W3. And the body itself is good. Scratches and dents, really not that many. It's just the bad paint. And so minimal prep work is going to be needed for this one. But it is everywhere. You can already see it on the hood and on that front fender. Also, the headlights are cloudy. Nowadays, you never see these on the road. I remember when I was in, so I graduated high school in the year 2000, and they sold this until I think 98 in Canada, and I think Canada got it for a year longer than the States or something like that, but here in Japan it lasted until 2001. So this was a brand new car when I was in high school, and there's only one of them in our town that I knew of. There could have been more, but it was a white one, and you really never saw it back then. Now, 25/30 years later, you're still never seeing these. And I don't know what it's like in the States. I heard that these were unpopular cars in the States compared to Canada. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm not sure if my town was just not very many Supras per capita compared to the average town, but these really stand out. You see one on the road and it's an oh my gosh moment, like look at that. I saw a Supra today. You gotta tell your friends will think you're extra cool. Okay, now not much else to say other than the paint is peeling. Let's go and take a look at the damages here. Got a few things to mention up close. So headlights, probably need to replace them. You might be able to get that yellow out, but I doubt it. Okay. Flex cracks. Flex cracks, flex cracks. Flex cracks. Ouch cracks, that's when you actually hit something. More. It's basically everywhere. There is a version of this with an auto front spoiler that goes. This one doesn't have it. I've only actually seen those on automatic versions, oddly. I think they were an option for all types, but I've only seen it on autos. Has some rust here. That's the only rust on the body. Bad paint on this, obviously. I guess you could consider that some rust. Okay, paint on the hood is gross. I mean, I could mention that for every panel and say it's gross. I got plenty of pictures to go along with this, so. Lots of peeling on the plastic on the door handle. Also, the black here has peeled up. That's something you'll see on a lot of cars of this era as well, including the GTRs. Paint peeling on the C-pillar, or name on the back. If you're wondering what the car looks like when it lands, it's going to be similar to this. Has yellow writing on the windshield like that. It'll also say the name of the vessel on there. They'll write that once a vessel has been picked for it. And yeah, the cars are washed before they go to USA and Canada. That's of course free of charge. Not of course, that is free of charge because we pay for it. It's like $40 to wash. But they'll still come dirty because inside the vessel they'll sit there in a weird dusty vessel that dirties your car. So you'll need a good wash when it lands. Bad paint down here. Some weird paint peeling around here. Also some cracks in this taillight. That's an original exhaust. Okay, I think the 2J is a really nice engine with a turbo, of course. But with other turbos, nice too. It's smooth. This one's a bit shaky. I think it's a transmission mount, so look into that. The engine itself is smooth, but the chassis shakes with it a bit. Okay, lots of corrosion on the wheels. Alright, let's go to the inside. Not mentioned on the auction sheet, the seat is broken. I have seen it on about 20% of these Supras. The seat, you can, it's power seat, you try to move it back and forth and only one side moves, the other one's kind of stuck in there. I suspect it's not difficult to fix. You gotta open that seat up and see what's wrong with it. Condition wise, the seat is fine. Other than that, the steering wheel ripped. Both here and on the other side, the same thing. Is this a non-airbag steering wheel? Wow. I don't think the US ever got any non-airbag steering wheels. I wonder if that was replaced later. I know that the Supra had two different versions of the airbags. There's a big pillow version and then the smaller airbag version for the later model ones that looks more similar to this one. Okay, seats may be a little bit saggy. I'm not in love with these seats. I think for such a great car, the seats are a little bit of an afterthought maybe. They are bespoke to this car, but I don't know. I feel like better seats could be warranted. The Celica GT got better seats. Heck, even the Hilux Surf got better seats than these. Here's the back seats. I've always thought it's weird that you get these vinyl seats in the back, but then the front seats are fabric. The mismatch is kind of annoying. This pad flips down if you want extra trunk room, which is a weird thing about this car, is the severe lack of trunk room. Let me just show you. For a car with one of the biggest butts in the industry, a car known for having the big butt, it sure doesn't have much depth to that. Look. That's a deep, wide butt, and it's like 6 inches deep. Now this is looks like it's deteriorated. It's shrunk, and here's a close-up of the damage on the top of the seat, and then the seat, it's like hardened. So rear bolster, or that one pillow section. You could replace that if you wanted to. Underneath here, there's like wood. Somebody cut themselves a wood, which is weird. The rest of it is original. No rust in here. Good. The carpet is in good shape. The carpet is a little bit weird in that it's originally kind of a baggy look, similar to the Porsche 911s actually. Okay, now you may have noticed the surround of the dashboard here has vinyl stickers on it, and they are gross, super gross. Time to take those off. And it's all the way around. Aftermarket CD player there, a Toyota box, climate control, and the AC does work. A very short shift knob on it. Very different from the earlier Toyotas, which are always kind of known for their long shifters. I'm not big into the short one. This and the SW20 have the short one. I prefer something that's kind of medium length, like the 8.6s have, or Miata. And then some wear on that. Yeah, there's another view of the glove boxes. Needs to be cleaned in here. The Supra logo on the carpet is ripped a little bit. Floor mat's actually pretty good. Okay. Mechanically, we're feeling good. Clutch feels good. Steering wheel feels good. There's a teeny bit of looseness, but I don't think anything needs to be replaced. It's just old car feel. Cool kind of double bubble style headliner, even though the roof of it isn't like that. The new ones are. Okay, I think we are done with this. I got another car to shoot, and they only give me 2 hours a day here because of weird COVID rules and because of Ja life. Yeah, or Jalav. I don't know what it means. Anyways, there's Mark IV Supra. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much, and have a nice day.